Another day here at Basic Value, and this is your boy Josh. We're going to be talking about web crawling and web scraping. So, let's begin with web scraping first. So, what is web scraping? Web scraping is actually the process of collecting and analyzing raw data from the internet. So, this collection is done either manually by copy pasting from websites or automatically using different web scraping tools. The main objective of web scraping is to convert particular website content into structured format such as XML representations, JSON, databases, and tables. All right. So there are four steps on how web scraping works. First, it's requesting the target website. Second, getting the requested information in HTML format. Third, analyzing and extracting the data that you need. And lastly, downloading and saving the content. Right? So, what are the benefits of web scraping? First, it's highly accurate. Second, it's cost efficient. And lastly, pinpointed results. I guess the third one is just somewhat redundant with the highly accurate feature. Now, when we talk about web crawling or a web crawler, also known as a web spider, is a program designed to search and automatically index content across the web. So, web crawlers systematically scan web pages to comprehend the structure and content of a website, and then they retrieve updated and indexed information, making it accessible for users when they do search queries. So, their goal or the goal of web crawling is to understand and catalog the content of websites, enabling users to extract relevant information from one or more pages as needed. So, how does web crawling work? There are four steps also on how web crawling works. First, extract URLs. Second, visit pages. Third, review and classify those pages. Then, lastly, it's indexing data. Now, what are the differences of these two? So, the first basis of differentiation is the tool used. So, in web scraping, this this uses tools like this one right here that are designed to specifically extract data from targeted web pages. While in web crawling uses tools such as web crawlers or spiders that systematically index websites. So the next one is the purpose. So the purpose of web scraping is it aims to download specific information such as product details or contact info from a website. Now, in web crawling, it aims to index entire web pages or large parts of the web to make content searchable. All right, so it's just like web crawling is does the larger part of the job, while web scraping is like it's like a sniper. Like you just extract a certain part of a website. So the next basis of differentiation is the scope of operation. So in web scraping, this targets specific pages or data points and does not need to visit every page on a website. While in web crawling, it involves visiting every page on a site, starting from the homepage, following links to index all pages. Now, when we talk about adherence to robots.txt, web crawling does not follow robots.txt. I mean, not all of them follow robots.txt. Many do so to avoid overloading servers and to respect site policies. Now, in web scraping, it often ignores robots.txt rules, which websites use to control automated access. Now, when it comes to scale of use, web scraping can be used for small scale tasks like collecting specific data or large scale projects depending on needs. Now, in web crawling, it's mostly used on a large scale to index the entire web or significant portions of it. So, when we talk about their difference on application areas, so web scraping is usually used uh, is usually used in retail marketing for gathering pricing data, equity research, and machine learning for training data. Now, web crawling is usually applied or used in search engines like Google, Yahoo, and Bing to index web content and provide search results. Now, their difference in data deduplication is actually a little bit large. Because in web scraping, data deduplication is not always a focus in web scraping as it targets specific information. Now, in web crawling, it often includes data deduplication to ensure that it index content is unique and avoids redundancy, which is why when you do a Google search, you rarely see a duplicated result. All right. So the next basis of differentiation is the components required. All right. So in components required for web crawling, it usually requires only a crawl agent to navigate and index web pages, while in web scraping, it needs both a crawl agent to navigate the web and a parser to process the extracted data. And lastly, the difference is the example of tools for the both of these. So the web scraping uses tools like Pro Web Scraper and WebScraper.io, and then for web crawling, the best examples are Google, Yahoo, and Bing. So that's all for this video. I hope you learned something. Please do not forget to subscribe. This is your buddy Josh, and I'm gonna see you on the next video. Peace out.